The Knicks bench is looking crazy right now. When talking about the Knicks bench, let's start with Jose Alvarado, the point guard. Jose Alvarado's season has been defined by production in limited minutes, and the numbers show it clearly. Across 44 games and 0 starts, he's averaging 8.3 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 3.2 assists in 21.8 minutes per game. That's efficient output for a bench guard who isn't dominating the ball. He's shooting 42.3% from the field, 37.2% from three, and 80% from the free throw line. When looking at effective field goal percentage, he's at 55.2%, which ranks above more than 61% of players. His true shooting percentage sits at 56.6%, better than more than 50% of the league. That's real efficiency, not empty scoring. The shot profile makes it even more impressive. Nearly 70% of his field goal attempts are from three-point range. He's taken 215 threes and made 80 of them. That's high volume, and it stretches defenses instantly. From the corners, he's hovering around 49%, which is elite territory. Inside the arc, he's selective. Only about 30% of his attempts are twos, and he's converting 53.7% of them. At the rim, from 0 to 3 feet, he's finishing at 72.2%. That's strong efficiency for a guard who isn't known for size. From 10 to 16 feet, he's at 54.5%. He's not living in the mid-range, but when he gets there, he's converting. Before the trade, in 41 games with New Orleans, he averaged 7.9 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 3.1 assists in 21.9 minutes. He shot 41.8% from the field and 36.3% from three. He totaled 324 points, 114 rebounds, 128 assists, and 37 steals in 896 minutes. His turnover number was just 47. That's 1.1 per game. Low mistakes, steady production. Advanced metrics with New Orleans show a player holding steady in a tough team context. His player efficiency rating was 11.2. His true shooting percentage was 55.8%. Usage rate sat at 15.8%, meaning he wasn't forcing offense. Offensive rating was 113. Defensive rating, 120. Box plus minus was minus 2.1. Win shares were around 1. Nothing inflated, nothing wild, just solid bench guard numbers. Then the trade happens on February. In 3 games with New York so far, the numbers spike. He's averaging 14 points in just 20.7 minutes per game. That's nearly double his earlier scoring rate in fewer minutes. He's shooting 46.7% from the field and 45.5% from three. 10 made threes on 22 attempts already. His assist average has climbed to 3.7, and he's grabbing 2 rebounds per game. The steals jump off the page at 2.3 per game, 7 steals in 62 total minutes. That's elite activity. The per game line in New York is backed by totals of 42 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 7 steals, and only 4 turnovers. The team record in those games is 2-1, with a plus 42 net rating while he's been on the floor. That's a massive swing in a tiny sample. The February 11 game against Philadelphia stands out statistically. In 19 minutes off the bench, he scored 26 points on 8 of 13 shooting and 8 of 13 from three. First player ever with at least 25 points, 5 steals, and 8 made threes off the bench in a single game, plus 35 in 19 minutes. That's absurd production. Advanced metrics with New York reflect the surge. Player efficiency rating jumps to 22.9. True shooting percentage rises to 64.3%. Usage climbs to 25%, showing he's handling more offensive responsibility. Offensive rating is 127. Defensive rating drops to 106. Box plus minus sits at plus 9. Win shares per 48 minutes are at 0.237. Those are star-level efficiency metrics in that stretch. Speaking of the Knicks, they've got Detroit next. And after what I just watched against the Sixers tonight, I'm actually trading that game on Poly Market. When I took it, New York was sitting at 29%. I just bought $100 worth at 29%. And if that number climbs, I'm in position to profit. That puts my potential payout at $344 if it fully hits. Here's why I like it. They look sharp against Philly. Ball movement was clean. Shot quality was high. Defensive rotations were tight. If that carries into Detroit, I think this percentage moves up fast. And that's the difference. On a sports book, you're locked in. Lines freeze. Cash out disappears. Fees eat your profit. On Poly Market, I can buy at 29%, and if it climbs to 50, 60, even 70%, I can sell instantly and lock in gains. I'm trading the inefficiency live using actual ball knowledge. That trade I just made? Impossible on a traditional book. Polymarket is legal in all 50 states. Download the app right now using my link in the description to get to the top of the waitlist for early access. Stop letting sportsbooks steal your money. Start trading the game instead. Looking at the full season advanced profile, his player efficiency rating is 12. True shooting, 56.6%. Effective field goal, 55.2%. Usage, 16.4%. Offensive rating, 114. Defensive rating, 120. Offensive win shares, 0.7. Defensive win shares, 0.6. Total win shares, 1.3. Box plus minus, minus 1.4. Value over replacement, 0.1. These numbers paint a picture of a productive rotation guard who plays within his role. Per 36 minutes, he projects to around 13.8 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 1.7 steals. That steal rate is elite and consistent with his career trend of roughly 3.1 steals per 100 possessions. This year, he's at 1 steals per game overall, ranking above more than 58% of players in mixed team defense metric. His assist percentage is 21.6%, better than more than 78% of players. He's assisting on 7.4 points per game. Turnover percentage is 13.6%, lower than many guards, even if it ranks below 37% of players league-wide in that specific metric. Still, only 1.2 turnovers per game on 7.4 scoring attempts shows control. Ball handling metric rank him above 80% of players. 3.2 assists against 1.2 turnovers reflects clean guard play. He's also above more than 56% of players in points per game at 8.3, and above more than 61% in effective field goal percent. His true shooting sits above more than 50% of the league. Mixed teamwork metrics rank him above more than 72% of players with an on-off differential of plus 3.1. That means the team scores 3.1 more points per 100 possessions with him on the floor compared to when he's off. In New York's system so far, the offensive rating of 127 paired with a defensive rating of 106 creates a massive positive swing. Even in limited games, the impact shows up in efficiency, shot making, steals, and plus minus. 42 points in 62 minutes, 7 steals, 10 threes, only 4 turnovers. Those numbers speak loudly. The overall statistical profile shows a guard who scores efficiently, shoots high volume threes at strong percentages, finishes well at the rim, protects the ball, generates steals at an elite rate, and boosts lineup efficiency when on the floor. The early New York sample amplifies every category: higher usage, higher efficiency, better defensive rating, stronger plus minus. The numbers don't exaggerate. They outline a bench guard producing at a level that's clearly above his previous baseline, especially since the trade. But then we can talk Miles McBride has taken a real step in the season, and the numbers back it up across the board. In 35 games, with 14 starts, he's averaging 12.9 points in 28 minutes per game. That scoring mark puts him above more than 73% of players in the league. He's adding 2.6 rebounds and 2.8 assists, along with 0.9 steals and 0.2 blocks. The most impressive part might be the control. He's turning it over just 0.8 times per game. That's elite security for a guard playing nearly 28 minutes a night. Efficiency has jumped in a big way. He's shooting 43.4% from the field on 362 attempts. From 3, he's at 42% on 243 attempts. That's massive volume, nearly 7 threes per game, and he's knocking them down at a career best rate. 67% of his field goal attempts are from deep, so defenses know what's coming and still can't stop it consistently. His effective field goal percentage is 57.5%, ranking above more than 72% of players. His true shooting percentage is 59.3%, better than more than 66% of the league. He's producing 1.2 points per scoring attempt. That's high-level shot making without wasted possessions. Free throw shooting adds another layer. He's at 81.4% from the line on 43 attempts. Not a huge volume, but reliable. Total points sit at 451 in 981 minutes. That's steady scoring over a meaningful sample. Add in 91 rebounds, 97 assists, 30 steals, and 6 blocks, and it's clear he's contributing across categories. Advanced metrics will highlight how strong his overall impact has been. Offensive rating is 123.9. Defensive rating is 113.2. That creates a net rating of plus 10.7 when he's on the floor. Mixed teamwork metrics rank him above more than 97% of players. In 68.6% of his games, he's posted a positive plus minus. The on-off differential is plus 6.6, meaning the team performs significantly better when he's playing. That's not subtle. That's tangible impact. His usage rate sits at 17.5%. That's moderate, which makes the efficiency even more impressive. He isn't hijacking possessions. He's taking 10.3 field goal attempts and 1.2 free throw attempts per game, while also recording 2.8 assists. Assist percentage is 13.55%, above more than 56% of players. He's creating 6.9 points per game off assists. At the same time, his turnover percentage is just 6.86%, better than nearly 90% of the league. That combination of playmaking and ball security is rare. 2.8 assists against 0.8 turnovers is clean, disciplined guard play. Per game, he's above more than 73% of players in scoring. He's above more than 72% in effective field goal percentage. He's above more than 66% in true shooting. Ball handling metrics rank him above more than 78% of players. The statistical profile shows growth in every efficiency category without sacrificing defensive presence. Looking at specific recent games before the injury, the numbers stay consistent. Against Sacramento, on January 28, he logged 30 minutes with 9 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a plus 20 rating. Even without a big scoring night, the impact showed up in playmaking and defense. On January 24 against Philadelphia, he had 9 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals in 26 minutes. The shot wasn't falling at a high rate that night, but the defensive metrics and plus minus still reflected positive value. In a blowout win over Brooklyn on January 22, he scored 14 points in 19 minutes, hitting 3 of 4 from 3, grabbing 6 rebounds and dishing 4 assists, plus 34 in limited time. That efficiency in short bursts is valuable, especially when lineups stagger minutes. Earlier in the season, he had multiple games in the 15 to 20 plus point range, often fueled by 4 to 6 made threes. When his minutes rise, the production scales with it. His average field goal distance sits beyond 20 feet, which matches the shot profile. He's primarily an off-ball shooter this season, and the numbers show that role suits him. The leap from 36.9% from 3 last year to 42% this season is significant, especially on increased attempts. That's not a marginal bump. That's a transformation into a high-volume, high-efficiency perimeter threat. Defensively, the box score shows 0.9 steals per game, but the team metrics are even stronger, with a defensive rating of 113.2 and a positive net rating overall. His presence contributes to lineup stability. He commits just 1.8 personal fouls per game, staying aggressive without being reckless. Win shares project in the 2 to 3 range over a full season pace. Box Plus minus grades him as a positive contributor. Value over replacement trends upward compared to previous seasons. The statistical arc is clear. Year 5 has brought efficiency, confidence, and stability. In total, 12.9 points per game on 42% from 3, 57.5% effective field goal percentage, 59.3% true shooting, and fewer than 1 turnover per game defines his season. Add a plus 6.6 on off-swing and a net rating above plus 10, and the impact is undeniable. Even with the injury pause, the production before it was steady, efficient, and impactful. The numbers outline a guard who scores at volume, protects the ball, spaces the floor, and drives positive margins every time he steps on it. But then we got to talk about Shamet. Landry Shamet's season has been all about efficient scoring, clean decision-making, and steady defense in the numbers. In 30 games with New York, including 9 starts, he's playing 21.9 minutes per night and putting up 9.6 points, 1.9 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. He's adding 0.5 steals and 0.2 blocks with only 1.4 personal foul. The ball security is ridiculous. He's at 0.4 turnovers per game, just 13 total turnovers in 658 minutes, while still getting shots up and making quick reads. The shooting line is what a bench spacing specialist is supposed to look like. He's hitting 44.5% from the field, with 94 makes on 211 attempts. From 3, he's at 42.2%, knocking down 65 threes on 154 attempts. That's more than 5 3-point attempts per game, and about 73% of his shots are threes. So the volume is, and the role is clear. At the line, he's at 72.3%, making 34 of 47. Put it together, and his true shooting percentage is 61.9%, which is outstanding for a player living on perimeter volume. Totals help show how consistent the production has been. He's at 287 points, 57 rebounds, 46 assists, 15 steals, and 6 blocks. Plus Minus also likes him. He's sitting at plus 96 overall, which lines up with the idea that the floor stays balanced when he's out there because the spacing is maintained and the mistakes stay low. Usage stays controlled, roughly in the mid-teens, which fits the profile of a player who isn't hijacking possessions. He's providing points without demanding touches, and that's why the efficiency holds. Effective field goal percentage is boosted by the three-point diet, and the average shot distance sits around the high teens to about 20 feet, reflecting how often he's letting it fly from deep. Twos are a smaller part of the menu, about a quarter of his attempts, but he's been efficient when he does take them, generally coming off closeouts and keeping the decision quick. Recent February numbers show how the minutes and production can climb when the rotation needs it. On February 11 against Indiana, he played 38 minutes and scored 17 points on 6 of 14 shooting, with 4 made threes on 11 attempts. He added 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block while staying at 2 fouls. On February 12 against Philadelphia, he played 24 minutes and scored 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting, with 1 made three. The passing popped there too, with 5 assists plus 1 steal. On February 8 in Boston, he logged 28 minutes, scored 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting, and still contributed 4 rebounds and 3 assists with a steal. Even when the shot is quiet, the box score shows he's still doing something useful. Split trends match what teams want from a bench shooter. In wins, he's around 10.9 points per game, compared with about 7.3 in losses, and the efficiency is better in the wins. February as a whole has been stronger, around 12.4 points per game on roughly 47% from the field and about 43% from 3, with minutes closer to 28 per night. Starts have generally pushed the scoring up as well, often landing in the mid-teens because the shot volume rises with the added run. The big takeaway is how stable the profile is. 9 to 10 points, 40+% from 3, true shooting above 60%, and turnovers basically erased. That's the kind of stat package that keeps an offense organized and keeps defenders honest. Pair that with respectable perimeter defense metrics, and it's easy to see why he's trusted in both bench groups and spot starts. No drama, no wasted possessions, just efficient points and dependable spacing. But then we got the new guy. Jeremy Sochan enters the Knicks picture as a former top 10 pick with clear statistical indicators of upside, even in a limited role this season. In 28 games with San Antonio before being waived in mid-February, he averaged 4.1 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 1 assist in 12.8 minutes per game. He added 0.4 steals and 0.2 blocks, with 0.6 turnovers and 1.8 personal fouls. The role was small, but the efficiency inside the arc held steady. He shot 47.5% from the field, making 47 of 99 attempts. From 3, he hit 9 of 35, which comes out to 25.7%. Free throw shooting sat at 68.8% on 11 of 16. The raw totals show 114 points, 73 rebounds, 28 assists, 10 steals, 5 blocks, and 18 turnovers. The plus-minus number in San Antonio ended up at minus 92 overall, reflecting the team context and his shrinking role rather than high usage struggles. His true shooting percentage for the season was about 53.8%, while effective field goal percentage hovered around 52%. Usage rate stayed low, roughly in the low teens, meaning he wasn't featured heavily in offensive possessions. The player efficiency rating landed in the single digits, around 8 to 10, depending on the calculation window. Box Metrics graded him as a negative overall contributor this season, and win shares were minimal due to the limited minutes and team performance. The deeper look shows where the value still sits. Nearly all of his efficiency came from inside the arc. He converted close to 60% of his 2-point attempts, showing strength finishing at the rim and in short-range areas. The 3-point percentage dipped to 25.7%, but the volume was low and largely catch and shoot attempts in inconsistent minutes. When projecting forward into a more spaced system, the 2-point efficiency suggests there's room for better overall scoring numbers if the 3-point rate normalizes even slightly. Earlier in his career, he averaged double-digit scoring with stronger rebounding numbers, including over 11 points and more than 6 rebounds in the previous season on 53.5% shooting. That context matters because the stat line reflects role compression more than a disappearance of skill. At 6'8", with multi-positional defensive ability, the statistical profile always included rebounds, steals, and occasional blocks in limited time. In San Antonio this year, he averaged 2.6 rebounds in just 12.8 minutes. That translates to roughly 7+ rebounds per 36 minutes, which is strong for a forward who can guard wings and switch onto guards. His turnover number at 0.6 per game also stands out. Even with limited rhythm, he kept mistakes low. 18 turnovers across 358 minutes is controlled play. Now shifting to New York, he hasn't logged official game minutes yet as of February 19, but the projection is based on role fit and prior statistical indicators. The Knicks sit at 35-20, pushing for a top seed, and adding a 6'8" defender with lottery pedigree on a rest of season deal is low risk with upside. Coach Mike Brown has indicated he's likely to slot in ahead of rookie depth options, projecting around 10 to 20 minutes, depending on matchup. The expected statistical boost comes from context, with stronger spacing and defined offensive roles. His 2-point efficiency can translate into higher points per minute. If he maintains around 55 to 60% on twos and lifts the 3-point rate closer to league average, even modestly into the low 30s, his true shooting could climb back toward mid-50s or higher. With a usage rate in the mid-teens instead of low teens, the per-game scoring could reasonably approach 6 to 8 points in limited bench minutes. Defensively, the numbers already show versatility. 10 steals and 5 blocks in 12.8 minutes per game equate to solid event creation rates when scaled. His ability to guard multiple positions can support lineups featuring high-volume guards like Jose Alvarado, Miles McBride, and Landry Shamet. In that structure, Sochan doesn't need to dominate the ball. He needs to defend, rebound, finish inside, and keep turnovers down. The season average of 0.6 turnovers supports that projection. The plus-minus reset is also key. Moving from a -92 cumulative environment to a team with a positive net rating and strong defensive structure should shift his on-court metrics upward. If he plays 15 minutes per game in a positive lineup context, even neutral individual efficiency could yield positive overall impact numbers. So the statistical case is clear: 4.1 points and 2.6 rebounds in limited minutes this season, 47.5% from the field, nearly 60% on twos, low turnovers, defensive events per minute that scale well. Add prior season double-digit scoring and stronger rebounding history, and the Knicks are adding a 22-year-old forward with measurable upside in a defined role with better spacing and team structure. The numbers suggest growth potential rather than stagnation. But lastly, we'll talk about Mitch. Mitchell Robinson's season has been about controlled dominance in limited minutes. In 39 games with 14 starts, he's averaging 5 points and 8.9 rebounds in just 19.6 minutes per night. That rebound number jumps off the page because 4.5 of those boards are offensive rebounds. 176 offensive rebounds in 766 total minutes. That's elite production, and it's happening without high usage or plays called for him. He's also adding 1 assist, 0.8 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game. The block total sits at 45 on the season, with 31 steals as well. Turnovers are almost non-existent at 0.6 per game, just 25 total all year. Personal fouls sit at 2.4 per game, which is manageable considering the defensive responsibility he carries anchoring the paint. Efficiency is extreme. He's shooting 69.7% from the field, making 70% of his attempts, all coming at the rim. He hasn't attempted a 3 this season. Every make is a dunk, a lob, or a putback. His effective field goal percentage matches the raw number at 69.7%. True shooting percentage is around 62.9%, strong even with the free throw struggles factored in. From the line, he's at 40.8%, making 29 of 71. That's clearly the weak area, but the volume is low compared to his rebounding impact. The totals underline the consistency. 195 points, 346 rebounds, 38 assists, 45 blocks, 31 steals, nearly 9 rebounds per game in under 20 minutes is serious activity. When projected per 36 minutes, the scale becomes even clearer. Around 9.2 points, 16.3 rebounds, 2.1 blocks, and 1.5 steals per 36. Those are monster defensive and rebounding rates. Usage rate stays low, roughly in the 10 to 12% range. He doesn't need the ball to influence the game. Offensive rating and defensive rating both trend positive when he's on the floor. Advanced metrics grade him in the mid-teens for player efficiency rating, reflecting that his impact isn't about scoring volume, but about possession control. Win shares are strong for his minute total, and box plus minus shows positive defensive influence. The offensive rebound rate is arguably the most important number. 4.5 offensive boards per game leads the league pace-wise and ranks him among the top overall rebounders despite playing fewer minutes than many starting center. Those extra possessions change margins. 346 total rebounds, with more than half coming on the defensive end and 176 on offense, show how often he extends plays. Recent February games show the same pattern. On February 11 in Philadelphia, he played 15 minutes and scored 11 points on 3 of 3 shooting, adding 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He grabbed 6 rebounds, 3 of them offensive, and recorded 4 blocks, plus 15 in 15 minutes. On February 8 in Boston, he logged 16 minutes with 5 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a plus 15. Even without a block in that one, the rebounding and interior presence showed up in the plus minus. On February 6 in Detroit, he had 4 points and 3 rebounds in 20 minutes during a loss. A quieter statistical night, but still efficient from the field at 2 of 2. In wins, his efficiency and impact numbers trend higher. The rebounding often climbs into double digits when minutes push above 20. At home, rebound averages sit slightly above 9 per game. The production scales almost linearly with minutes. More time equals more boards and more blocks. Defensively, 1.2 blocks per game in under 20 minutes is strong rim protection. 45 blocks in 39 games means he's altering multiple attempts every night. Even beyond the official block count, pair that with nearly 1 steal per game, and he's creating extra possessions while erasing opponent attempts at the rim. The field goal percentage near 70% reflects total shot discipline. He's not forcing mid-range attempts. He's finishing at the basket and converting almost everything. That efficiency, combined with elite offensive rebounding, means he generates points without needing touches drawn up for him. Load management has kept his minutes just under 20 per game, preserving health after previous ankle issues. Despite the careful minute distribution, he's been available in most recent games and producing consistently. 766 total minutes may not look massive, but the per-minute dominance is undeniable. 5 points might seem modest, but when paired with 8.9 rebounds, 1.2 blocks, and elite shooting efficiency, the value is clear. 346 rebounds in 39 games is interior control. 176 offensive rebounds create second chances that swing games. 45 blocks discourage drives. 25 turnovers all season show how little he wastes. The statistical profile defines a center who changes possession math every night. High efficiency scoring at the rim, league-leading offensive rebounding pace, strong defensive event rates, and low mistakes. In under 20 minutes per game, he's delivering impact numbers that rival starters playing far heavier loads. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.